Good afternoon. Welcome to today's presentation. My name is Rob Lipson. We are going to be reviewing the Lightspeed Trader software, and we are going to discuss the configurations for hotkeys and buttons with your custom orders. So we're going to demonstrate how to configure the various settings for creating various custom orders, how to map these to either the hotkeys or buttons, how to customize, and we'll go through some questions as well. You can view our schedule of upcoming events on our live webinars page here. You can see we have today's presentation, and then our next one in 2 weeks will be regarding short selling and short locate information. And then you can also view our past recordings as well from our past webinars. We have all the recordings here as well, so you can scroll through, see all the different ones, either through hotkeys and buttons, tax, options trading, stocks trading, intro to the platform. So we have a lot of recordings there. We also have some other tutorials and videos on the website as well. So if you look at the trading tutorials on our education page, you can see some various topics for charting or order types, and we have some other resources as well. Anyone looking to try a demo of the software, you can have a free trial. Click on the upper right-hand corner, free demo. You can request a free trial for a 10-day period. Let you use the software, place orders, track positions in a simulated basis here as well. Before we get started, we have a quick disclaimer that we just have to run through. If you guys wouldn't mind just hanging with me here, please note this presentation is for informational purposes only. Nothing presented today should be construed as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any security or contract. Since we don't know everyone's investment objectives or risk tolerance, we're not endorsing any specific trading strategies. Security-driven future trading involves substantial risk of loss, not suitable for all investors. Each investor must consider whether this is a suitable investment since human leagues all or more than your initial investment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Lightspeed Financial Services Group is not affiliated with these third-party market commentators, educational service providers. Data, informational material provided for informational educational purpose only. This content neither is nor should be construed as an offer, solicitation, or recommendation to buy or sell any securities or contract. Any investment decisions made by the user through use of such content is solely based on the user's independent analysis, taking into consideration your financial circumstances, investment objectives, and risk tolerance. Lightspeed does not endorse, offer, and recommend any of the services or commentary provided by any of the market commentators or educational service providers. Any information used to execute any trading strategies are solely based on the independent analysis of the user. Okay, thank you very much. So we are going to get started here. We'll hopefully have some time for some questions as we go, and then certainly at the end you can type them in as we go here as well. I have attached the screen here as well, so everyone can see. The initial demo provided from the software is a 15-minute delay. If anyone is looking for a real-time demo, we do have limited amounts. If you are in the process of opening an account and are looking for an additional trial, you can reach out to us for that. This is our new Lightspeed Trader default layout page. If you go to the layout menu on the top index bar, there's a load predefined layout selection, and we've created a new template here. You have some previous templates available, and we've created a new one, the Pro Default. This lets you easily flip between our pages very quickly. We've set different pages for equities trading versus options trading, and we even created a separate hot buttons page. So that's the one we're going to work off today. You can see in the middle section here, we've created these different orders and labeled them through our buttons here. And that allows you to really increase the speed and efficiency for placing your orders. Standard order entry is going to use your order entry window. If you see here, we have our order entry. You're going to choose your order type, limit, market, stop. You have other choices here, advanced order types, routes here. You're going to choose your shares. You're going to choose your limit price, and you're going to also choose your market routing destination. So you're going to have to make a selection on each of these various fields to make sure that the order is going to go in according to the parameters that you're looking for. So if I do want to buy the ask, I can queue up 100 shares. I'm going to change that to 19 here. We're going with NVIDIA. Let's click it to SPX here. So the ask is 154, or was at some point. So we're going to purchase there. You can choose to have your confirmation windows open, or you can remove these. We'll show you how to do that. It's always good at first to have the confirm. It's going to show you all the details so we can see buying 100 SPCX at a limit of 154, and then we'll also give you your buying power. I hit no, that will cancel the order. If I queue it up again and then I hit yes on my confirm, we can see this order is submitted. It's now available in my orders window here in the top left. This is a color-coded display. White is for your pending open orders. I can right-click to cancel or modify. So if I cancel, we can see that is a closed order. If I click on the gear of the window, I can change my display. I can show active, executed, or canceled orders. I can have more than one orders window to separate them, and then I can also show my color coding and the order status. So if I want to change buy, sell, and sell short for different colors and notifications, I can do that as well. So you have the ability to customize the color coding, and it will be available. You can also go to your orders and change your different data columns and add different information, change the background colors and the font colors. So each window is very customizable as well. And we even have this positions window here. We've separated positions into different categories or your orders windows. You can show your canceled versus executed versus active. So you can really separate how you're viewing the display. If I want to be more aggressive, I'm going to change my price. I'm going to click the buy order here. That's still open. The stock is moving a little bit, so I'm going to go even higher. Buying. We can see placing the order from the order entry form. Very easy, but it's going to take some additional steps. Now, let's say the stock is moving up, and I say I don't want 100 shares. I want 500. If you see our hot buttons here, we've already created an order for 500. And it's going to go in right at the ask. So I don't have to change this from 100 to 500. I don't have to change this from 154.75 to 154.96. I simply hit my buy 500 ask button, and that's the order that's going to generate. So the hotkeys and buttons will override or bypass the order entry window, and the order will generate according to the parameters that you've already saved and preset. So for this, I want 500 at the ask, and that's what's queued up. I hit yes, that order goes in, and we can see that executed right away. I now show 600 shares in my positions window, and I can easily close out a portion. Let's say I want to sell 200 shares. Even though my order entry form shows 100, I'm going to sell 200 here. Right away, I'm able to do that. Or it tells me we also have our messages window open here, and if an order gets rejected or canceled, it's going to tell me why. In this case, it said you cannot cross your own bid. So I had an open buy order, and it won't allow me to sell if it's possibly going to interact with my open buy order. So I have to cancel that order first, and now I can sell my 200 to the bid. I hit yes. That order goes in right away. We can see it executed. My position reduced to 400, and we also captured the P&L. In this case, it was a slight loss, but we can see the P&L was captured here, $33 loss. If I want to close out half of a position, we have buttons for that. If you want to close out all of the position, we have that. So now I have 400 shares. I hit my close out all. That's the order that's going to generate. Close out 100% of the position. Yes, I hit yes. And now I just sold the remaining shares. So I didn't have to spend the time adjusting this to 400. I didn't have to change this to a market order. This was all predefined and set through my custom orders. And how you would do this is if you click on the gear of any window or you go to the utilities in the configuration settings, you're going to go into the custom orders tab. This is where you would create and define all your custom orders to set for your hotkeys or buttons. Any order that you see here as a button can also be mapped to the keyboard for hotkeys. So I first would select to create new command on the right side. And then it's going to give me this order form that allows me to create these various commands. And I first would choose buy or sell on the left side. I'm going to choose my market destination, whether that's the ARCA exchange, the Lightspeed Smart Route, or other routing options. You have the ability to set different orders for different routing choices. And then you have your instructions. Do I want limit? Do I want stop, a trailing stop, market on open or close? You have all these different options here for your order type. And then you have your price reference. Do I want to buy in the bid? Do I want to buy in the ask? Do I want to buy based off the last price? Do I just want this to be a market order? When I'm selling, I could use my average position price. I can use my historical cost basis, or I can even use a percentage-based strategy. Well, if I want to sell 1% profit, or I can do a stop order for a 1% loss, all different combinations would be available here. Then you also have a through amount, your offset. So you can have a price target above or below your price reference. You can be more aggressive to have an offset. It's always going to attempt to get you the best price possible, but if I want to buy 5 cents above the offer, I'm willing to extend my limit to go higher in case the stock is moving or if there's not enough shares to fulfill my order at the available price. So it will still attempt to get me better than the ask, but I'm willing to go 5 cents higher if necessary to fulfill my full order. And then the next column would be your order size. So you're either doing this based on tiers, which are default share sizes based on different increments. Tier 1, 100 shares, Tier 2, 200 shares, Tier 3, 300 shares. I can based on share quantity. I can based on buying power percentage or a specific dollar amount. For buying power or dollar amount, it will calculate the number of shares according to the price of the stock and the parameters you set. If I just want quantity, let's just say I'm going to do 300 shares. And then the top portion is my closeout command. I can close out based on full position, half position, three-quarter position. A lot of different combinations of orders. In this one, I'm only going to do buy to open, buy 300, ask. And I'm giving my set an offset here. Now I can map this to the key or I can add this as a button. If I click map key now, that brings me to the keyboard tab, which allows me to choose my order, buy 300. I'm going to then select the key combination on the left side. The little S is the shift, C is control, A is alt, and the middle selection is the digit or the character that you're going to use. So this would be shift 0, control 0, alt 0, shift 1, control 1, shift 2, control 2. For this one, I'm going to do control 3 for 300 shares. So I click it, and then I map it. Once it's moved over to the left side, and you can see the combination assigned in the middle selection, then this is now an active order. And then I can also go to my hot buttons window, click on the gear, and then also find the same order, buy 300, and click add. So I either now have a new button here. So even though this shows 400 at the market, I hit buy 300. That's the order that generates. Buying 300, the ask is 30 cents. I'm going 5 cents above at 35. Same thing, I hit control 3 on the keyboard. That's the order that generates right away. Buy 300, SPX 154, spot 34. So it's just really a quick way to manage orders and then manage your positions as well. So I have all these different options for closing out positions as well. If I go back to my custom orders, create a new command, I can do a stop order. So I'll choose sell. I'm going to choose stop. I'm going to use my average price, and I'm going to say 15 cents. So this is going to be a 15-cent stop, and I'm going to choose closeout for my full position. So we'll say sell, stop, 15 cents. Once again, I can map it, or I can add it as a key. So I click on the gear, find the order I just created, sell, stop, and I click add. Now I can also customize. I can click on my button box. I can change the color. of my order. I'll make it orange for stop. I can change the font if I want to make it a little bit more the ability to stand out. I can change the font color. And then I can also change the label if I want to. If I really just wanted to say stop 15 cents, I can do that as well. So a lot of different ways to do that. And then I can look what I can do very quickly. So right away, I'm going to buy 200 SPCX. I got filled at a price of 153.29. I'm immediately going to put in my stop order, 15 cents, and it's going to go in at 15 cents below my entry. So I didn't have to do any math. I didn't have to adjust my order form. I immediately was able to place my stop order right when I entered into the position. And then we see my stop just got filled. Sorry, guys, just give me one moment here. And just so you can see, any order that we create is able to be assigned to the keyboard. So all you do is you go to the keyboard tab and you select the order. So if I want to find the sell stop, I can just click on the key. I'm going to do Shift S for stop, sell stop. So any order that I create and create as a hot key button can also be assigned as the hot key. So it's the same exact process for creating the order, and then you're just going to go to the keyboard tab in the settings menu to map it as the hot key. So once again, I can do Control 3 with the keyboard, Control 3, and then immediately Shift S for my stop. So you can do that right from the keyboard or through the order entry or both. So you always have the option for either or both. A lot of different variations to do with their custom orders. So that's my stop order. If I go back to custom orders, I can also set a profit target, and I can do that based on percentage, or I can do it based on dollar amount. So I'm going to choose my market route here. I'm going to choose ARCA to capture liquidity. I'm going to sell based off of my average price. In this case, average price. And the only difference is you're going to do a negative offset. That's going to be the passive number, and it's going to sell now 20 cents above. I'm going to choose closeout. And this one, I'm going to do half position. So we're going to say sell half, 20-cent profit. Now I can immediately map it to the keyboard. So we'll say Control 2 for sell half, or I can map it as a custom key, a hot button, I'm sorry. So again, sell half, add right away. So let's do it with a new symbol here. We'll do CMG. Immediately, I'm going to buy 500 at the ask. I got filled right away, 31.59. Right away, I'm going to do sell half, 20% profit, 20 cent profit. That's going to do for 250 shares, 20 cents above my entry. So I can immediately place my profit target once I enter in the position. And if I want my stop, I can also place my stop below as well. So I can have both a stop and a profit target out there. Another nice thing that you can do is you can show these orders and positions on the chart itself. If I go to the chart and my trading menu, I can also display orders and positions on the chart. So if I want to quickly adjust my stop order or my profit target, I can just click and drag on the chart to tighten or widen my spread for the stop or for your profit target as well. You also have the ability to map to the keyboard or your hot buttons a lot of the other functions that we've already created, predefined. So if you look on the right side, there's all these different menu categories. Close entire position order. So if I want to sell and close one position as a market, I can do that. Sell market, close out full. If I want to sell to the bid, I can do that as well. Bid, close out full. So I have the ability to do market or limit orders to close out. I can increase or decrease open orders. I can cancel, replace open orders. And then I have closeout functions for multiple positions. If you're in a bunch of positions, the market's going away from you, I just would have to map my closeout all function. If I have more than one position, it will have the ability to close out more than one. So look here, I have my closeout all button. We have two different positions. Close out all. It's going to sell both of these positions right away. And it also canceled my open orders. I closed out. So I have the ability, essentially like a panic button, for closing out multiple positions or for closing out single positions. Or I can create my own closeouts. If I do my custom command, sell to the bid, I can say 5 cents below the bid for my full position. So this is really sell full bid. So there's just a lot of different combinations that you can do here to exit single positions, multiple positions, stop orders, profit targets, entries, all based on your different strategies here as well. Now, if you have a hotkey set up, it's always going to go in according to your active window and your symbol in your active box. If you see right here, the yellow border indicates which level 2 window is my active window. If you see CMG is highlighted, I hit my Shift 3. Oops, that was linked to a different command. Control 3, buy 300, CMG. Now let's see, I tab over to NVIDIA. Now this is highlighted yellow. I hit my Control 3. Now this order goes in for 300 shares for NVIDIA. So you have to be aware of which symbol is in your active window because that's the one that goes in. So it may look like I'm clicked on SPCX on the positions window, but unless that symbol is in my box, it's not going to go in. Now I clicked it, it populated, I hit my Control 3. There we go. So now I have 3 different symbols. Same thing for your hot buttons. The hot buttons will go in according to your active box, or I can color code. So if I only want this hot buttons to be associated with my CMG window, I can do that. I can say hot button linked to my yellow color code. So even if I click on SPCX and I hit my buy 100, that's going to go back to CMG because I have it specifically linked to that box. But if I say link to focus and I click back to SPCX and I buy another 100 shares, it's going to go in for SPCX. So the hotkeys will always go in according to your active window. The hot buttons will be either your active focus window or the specific linked window. So depending on how you set that up, the linking is dictated through the link, through the color coding as well. So I can click on CMG, immediately click sell full bid, and it's going to exit that one position here. Now keep in mind, all these confirmation windows are not required. So if I go into my settings menu and I want to increase my order speed, I'm going to the trading tab and I'm going to remove my confirm for new orders. I'm unchecking this box. We can see how quick these orders will go in now. So NVIDIA, I want to stop order, Shift S. You just have to remember which keys are mapped here. So here we go, NVIDIA, Shift S, SpaceX. I need to exit. So that exited now, and then sell full. right away. So look how quick I can buy 200, buy 100, buy 500, sell full, buy 500, stop order, sell half profit, exit position. So without those confirms, one click, very, very rapid fire order entry. Get in, get out, place those orders, move on to the next symbol, place your stop, place your profit. Okay. Now this is a demo, so the speed in which the orders are placed and the messaging back and forth is going to be how quick the live trading platform will be. If I'm placing a market order or a marketable limit, you will see those orders execute immediately in your live account. Now this is a demo. It's going to fill orders based on the demo simulation logic, so it's not exactly the same. I could get filled on 10,000 shares when there may not be 10,000 shares available because it's a demo. So you have to be aware certain things are going to simulate live trading and certain aspects cannot possibly interact with the live market, so it can't simulate everything. So certain speed of the data, the order messaging, market orders, yes. All orders getting filled, the exact P&L and price that you're getting filled, that's all simulated. So the demo does its best, but it's really more for learning and testing the settings and the orders more than the actual P&L and strategy testing. So it's not really a true paper trading account. It's more testing the software. But you can see these orders will go in that quickly. If they're aggressive orders or marketable orders, they're going to get filled as soon as you click that button. Buy 1,000, sell 1,000. Okay, do we have some questions here? Any orders that we're looking to set up? And there's even other ways to set up other types of orders too. We have order pop-ups if you want a configurable box. I can show you an example here. Bid tier, I'm going to make it an order pop-up. I'll add that. And what the order pop-up does, it will have this little pop-up window here, and I can then adjust the price, I can adjust the route, or I can adjust the size, and then hit enter to place that order quickly. So it's just another method for placing orders. Always going to be up to the individual what's going to work best for you. So that's known as the order pop-up. So you have hotkeys, hot buttons, your order form, order pop-ups, and if I need to, I can always right-click on a position to close out a portion or all or multi-position as well. So you have about 4 or 5 different ways to place orders at all times. So if one order is not working, if your custom order is not working, go to the order form. If it's not working, right-click on the position to close. That's only good for market time, market hours, so you have to be aware of that. I don't know if we're going to post this exact recording. We do have existing recordings on the website right now for the exact same topic. So if you go to the Lightspeed website, you go to our education tab, the live webinars, we have our previous recordings for the hot buttons, which is very similar, probably a little bit better version of the same presentation. So just look out for this. Just go to the website for this exact topic. We have it recorded already. Yeah, the confirmations, you would go into the settings menu and you go into your trading tab. This is under the confirms. Now you have your new orders, closeouts, option orders. You can choose to have these confirmation windows on or off based on these parameters. There's also warnings that you can have. If my position size is too big, I can have a warning or I can have a block. If my order size is too big, I can have a warning or a block. And essentially, even if I have my confirms off, it will give me a warning. So if I say order quantity, warn if greater than 500 shares, this is what will happen. I hit 100 shares, no warning. Oh, sorry, I must have turned it back on. Trading, uncheck my confirm. So 100 shares, order goes in right away. I click my buy 1,000. I get my confirmation. This is exceeding your defined limits. Do you wish to proceed? So it's checking. This is exceeding my 500 share limit. Do you still want to proceed with the 1,000 share order? So you have the ability to do some of your own self checks for risk, for order size, position size as well. People have questions on a super smart order. A super smart order is going to send multiple orders to multiple exchanges at the same time. You have the ability to then dictate the order in which they're going out, but essentially it's going to go to every one of these exchanges and spray the order across multiple exchanges. So if I'm buying 5,000 shares, it's going to try to send as many orders as possible to get those 5,000 shares filled. Really not used as much as it used to due to the advances in just standard smart routing and order routing, but mostly used for larger orders if you want to try to capture as much liquidity as possible. So essentially, if there's shares listed on each of these exchanges, like SPSCX, it will send an order to ARCA, Edge, NASDAQ, and all the other ones, so I can get as many shares listed at 154 on each of these exchanges at the same time. So it's another way to try to get a lot of orders filled for higher quantities. So it's really just the custom orders. It's just knowing the sequence of how to create them, and then you just keep on doing different variations. So custom orders, I select to create new custom command, and I just go through the different parameters: buy or sell, instruction, market route, price reference, and then either closeout or quantity as well. So let's just say I want to go on dollar amount. If I want a $5,000 order, it will calculate the correct number of shares by 5K USD. So it's not 5,000 shares, it's going in for $5,000. And we can see what that looks like. It's going to generate the appropriate number of shares depending on the price. So CMG, I hit my 5K USD. It went in for 158 shares. I go to SpaceX, buy 5K, it goes in for 32 shares. So it's calculating the appropriate number of shares not to exceed the $5,000 that I set. So just a lot of different ways you can do that. If you hit a sell and you don't get a complete fill, you can always just use your remaining thing here. So even though this is 258 shares, I hit my sell full, it will always know the appropriate number of shares. So 532 for SpaceX. So it knows the number of shares to calculate. You can use the keypad. You can use the number keys. If you have a Stream Deck or an outside keyboard, you can use that as well. So you are able to map it to various key combinations there as well. And look at all the other custom or predefined orders that you can set up as well. As I showed, close out entire position, modifying open orders. We can show what that one looks like. So we'll say increase order 1 nickel. So if I have my CMG, I have my stop order here, 15 cents. Make sure I'm on the right symbol. Stop, 15 cents. And now I'm going to hit my increment order. So it's at 31.39. I hit my increment order. It will give me the change from 39 to 44. And I don't need to confirm, but to show you guys, so I can easily adjust that order without having to cancel and place a new one. And then we have all these different cancel commands, cancel all for stock, cancel all for options. Highest bid offer here as well. Trading function, change your tiers, increase the order entry window, open up different windows, show your news, create different windows, pages, layouts, a lot of different functionalities here as well. And then we also have these custom orders available for options. If I click on my options tab, we already created a couple for you with this layout. So you can see this is your standard order form where I would make the adjustment, same thing, price, limit, quantity, or we have our predefined, buy 1, buy 5, buy 10. So even though this shows buy 1 at 10 cents, I hit my buy 10 ask. That's the order that goes through, buying 10 at 15 cents. And you would do your option commands in a different section. So if I click on the gear of my option level 2 window, I'm going to my option commands tab, and I can create my own different parameters for my option order. So I can have a buy, I can say 20 contracts, I can buy bid at the ask or the mid here, I can have up or below that price target, smart route or not, send to ticket, send to market. So this will be buy 20 mid. And I can add that as a button, or I can have it as a key, or both. So buy 20, click add, and once again, I hit my buy 20 mid, that's the order that generates. So you can create all your own custom option commands for profit target, for stop orders, and for your entries, all through the option commands as well. And then I can map these as keys or buttons as well. So if anyone has specific orders they're looking to create, just send us an email. We can help you out. If anyone wants a personal screen share and walkthrough, you can always just reach out to us as well. If you want to test out some orders on a live account, there is a NASDAQ test symbol, ZVZZT. You have to make sure that's the symbol that you're using. It will allow you to place orders in your live account, which is just a simulated order. It's not a true P&L indication. It doesn't charge you anything, but you just have to be very aware that that's the order and the symbol that you're placing. But I can test my live account with this symbol, but you just have to be very careful with that. Stop break order, break even, yes, you can do that as well. So I would go to my custom orders. I'm going to create new command. I'm going to choose sell. I'm going to choose stop. The stop defaults to the market route that we have it set to, so you don't choose that one. And then I'm going to use my average price. So my average price is my entry. That's essentially my break-even point. And I'll say close out full position. So we'll say break-even stop. And what that does is when you are in a profit, it's going to set that back your stop to your position price so you don't lose out. So this one here, my average price, $31.54. I would need something that's moving a little bit so we can show how here. So we can just buy SPY. And if we do my break-even stop, we can see it's going to place it at the same exact entry price. So this is the demo, so it's probably going to fill it right away, and it does. So, but that's how you would do it. The stop went in for my exact entry. So I got filled 29, 32, and then the stop went in at 29. It's based on the demo. It's just based on the demo pricing there. If you create new commands, then you can always go back and you can edit. So if we want to look at the one that we created and make adjustments or double check, buy 5K USD, edit, and we can see this is on the quantity section, the bottom here, check off dollar amount, and then you'd enter in the specific dollar amount here. So it's through the custom orders, and you're choosing dollar amount. Okay, guys, we wanted to just illustrate the various ways to set up some of these custom orders and the variety that's available. I hope you got an indication of what's possible. But if you do have specific questions, just email sales@lightspeed.com, request that demo, test it out. And if you want some help, you can always call us. We can walk through different orders and settings for you as well. So please use us as a resource. Use the demo as a resource. You can save your layout in the demo in your layout menu, save layout as, and then you can load that to your live account to save all your settings so you don't lose all the work you did. So use the layout, use the demo, save your layout, and then import that into your live account once you're comfortable with it. There's just a lot of ways to set up these custom orders and hotkeys and buttons. That's what people really like about this software, how quick the order entry is, but how efficient and effective you can be once you have your predefined orders. You don't have to make a lot of changes. You just have a couple simple buttons, and you can really be effective here. So if I change symbols again, we'll say AIP. Immediately, I want to buy 500 shares. And then I'm going to put in profit order, or I can put in a stop order. Very quickly, all predefined. I don't have to waste any time. And once everything is predefined and saved and tested, it's going to eliminate mistakes as well. You're not going to make a mistake and fat finger the wrong share price, the wrong quantity. So every second counts, every mistake can hurt. So really the ability to set these type of orders up ahead of time and trust that they're going to generate exactly how you configure them is a really big factor in helping you manage your strategy. So guys, thank you for joining today. Just reach out to me with any questions, sales@lightspeed.com, or you can email directly rlivson@lightspeed.com. It's RLIVSON. And test out the demo. Reach out to me if anyone's looking to open a new account that doesn't have one, and I'll be happy to go over any questions as far as pricing, cost structure, and requirements. So I thank you guys for joining. Look out for our future presentations on the website, and also you can view all those recorded webinars from the past as well through the website. So thanks for staying with us here, and let me know if I can help. Thank you. Take care.